The U.S. Navy's advancement of the Block II IRST21 infrared search and track system into full-rate production marks a meaningful milestone in its long-term efforts to modernize the sensor capabilities of the FA-18E F Super Hornet fleet. This step, formalized through a $233 million contract awarded to Lockheed Martin in late 2025, underscores the Navy's enduring commitment to fielding technologies that enhance aircraft survivability, threat detection, and tactical performance in complex and contested environments. The IRST21 infrared search and track system represents a passive sensing solution, meaning it does not emit any signals during operation, unlike radar-based systems. Instead, it detects the heat signatures emitted by other aircraft or flying objects. This approach offers several operational advantages. First, it allows Super Hornet crews to track potential threats without revealing their own position, which is increasingly critical in modern combat scenarios where electronic warfare and emissions control play a central role. Second, because it is immune to jamming or electronic interference in ways that radar is not, it provides a more resilient form of situational awareness in environments where adversaries are likely to be using radar denial tactics. This production decision follows a protracted development cycle that began with the initial concept more than a decade ago. The Navy's formal pursuit of the IRST-21 capability on the Super Hornet began in the mid-2010s, leading to the development of the Block II configuration. The IRST sensor is mounted in the nose section of a specially modified FPU-13A drop tank, a configuration that not only integrates the sensor but also preserves fuel capacity, a crucial feature for carrier-based aircraft that must balance range and performance. Initial testing of the system encountered a number of setbacks. These included software issues, such as false overheating alerts during flight operations, as well as reliability concerns related to hardware components. These challenges delayed the Navy's decision to proceed with full-scale production. The program missed a key decision point scheduled for January 2025 due to the need to resolve these problems. However, after additional testing and corrective measures, the system demonstrated sufficient maturity to meet the Navy's requirements, resulting in the eventual full-rate production approval later in the year. The Navy had already declared Initial Operational Capability (IOC) for the system in November 2024, indicating that a limited number of operational units had been successfully integrated and could be deployed in a real-world capacity. The move to full-rate production in 2025 builds upon that foundation and allows for broader fleet-wide implementation. This progression is significant because it shows that despite earlier obstacles, the Navy maintains confidence in the IRST-21's value and potential. From a capability standpoint, the addition of IRST-21 to the Super Hornet enables the aircraft to play a more effective role in air dominance missions, especially in scenarios where stealth or low-radar cross-section platforms are expected to be encountered. Passive infrared detection is particularly well suited for identifying such threats, as it bypasses the limitations of traditional radar tracking. Moreover, this system enhances the Super Hornet's role as a sensor platform within the broader naval aviation battle network. Information gathered from IRST-21 can be shared across platforms to support cooperative engagement strategies and multi-domain awareness. This sensor suite complements ongoing upgrades to the Super Hornet fleet, including avionics improvements and structural modifications designed to extend service life and combat relevance into the 2030s and beyond. By incorporating advanced detection capabilities like IRST-21, the Navy ensures that even as newer aircraft platforms enter development, current-generation fighters remain operationally effective and technologically competitive. The decision to fully fund and field IRST-21 also reflects the U.S. Navy's broader recognition of how air combat is evolving. In an era where traditional radar may not always be reliable, where electronic warfare is becoming more sophisticated, and where detection avoidance is a key component of adversary doctrine, the ability to passively detect, classify, and track airborne threats without relying exclusively on radar provides a critical edge. IRST-21 supports this operational flexibility by giving Super Hornet crews an alternative means of building situational awareness, supporting engagement decisions, and reducing vulnerability to detection. In terms of program management, the progression to full-rate production signals that the major engineering, integration, and software challenges encountered earlier in the development cycle have been brought under control. The ability to reach this point, after previously missing deadlines and facing reliability shortfalls, demonstrates resilience both within the program office and among the industrial partners supporting the effort. Lockheed Martin's continued involvement in the IRST program highlights the company's long-standing role in supplying advanced sensor technology to the U.S. military and its ability to support iterative improvement based on operational feedback and developmental testing. It is also important to note that by moving forward with full-rate production, the Navy sends a message about the long-term viability and relevance of the Super Hornet as a frontline tactical platform. While attention often focuses on future aircraft programs, continued investments in key upgrades like IRST21 show that the current fleet is expected to remain a central element of carrier air wing operations well into the next decade. This also supports continuity in training, logistics, and mission planning by providing aircrews with new tools on familiar platforms. The fielding of IRST21 is expected to expand steadily across the operational fleet in the coming years as production ramps up and more pods are delivered. These systems will be integrated across various Super Hornet squadrons, providing coverage and flexibility across multiple theaters of operation. As more units receive the capability and incorporate it into their tactics, techniques, and procedures, the Navy will continue to refine its use in both independent and networked environments. Overall, the decision to fund and proceed with full-rate production of the IRST-21 Block II system represents a calculated and deliberate move by the U.S. Navy to modernize its fighter fleet's sensor capabilities. It reflects both a response to past challenges and a proactive investment in future readiness. As part of a layered and integrated sensor ecosystem, IRST-21 strengthens the operational capacity of naval aviation and reinforces the U.S. commitment to maintaining air superiority through advanced, reliable, and forward-looking technology.